anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
Now Sacramento starting 5. The post pair form will be Murray and Sabonis. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the one, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
And here is Tatum after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Got that one up quick. LaVine's got 6 points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here is Holiday. No good on that one. Murray with the defensive effort. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Tries the spin move. Sabonis' screen on Tatum. LaVine wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
There's Sabonis. Off target with his 3. On offense, here are the Celtics. Porzingis kicks to Brown. The tray. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Second team foul.
That one on DeRozan. That free throw, no good. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Murray is screen on Tatum. LaVine feeling it out a bit. That 3 off the mark. And here's White. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Screen by Porzingis. It's Brown with the drive. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Busted. No good that time either. Sacramento's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Sabonis, a three-pointer off the mark.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Murray against Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown sets a screen for Tatum. 6 on the... Oh, look at that play right there!
Okay, that's how it's done.
Woo! Wow.
Mercy, Jason Tatum is a bad man.
Now here's LaVine. He has 6. Off target from outside.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Here's Tatum. And the layup falls.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
LaVine against White. Sabonis. And that comes off the assist by LaVine.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Tatum passes to Holiday. Outside, White. Pass to Porzingis. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside, able to practically play on top of the D.
Sabonis' screen on Holiday. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Another 3 for Sacramento. we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here is Holiday. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Brown. Brown sends a screen for Porzingis. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Brown against Levine. And here's DeRozan. DeRozan a screen on Holiday. Ellis against Holiday. Ellis can't get it to go.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
The kick out to Holiday. No good on the triple. On the wing, Levine. It'll count. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Kings on. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
And as long as the threes are dropping, you've got to keep launching them.
They've got Horford, and it's Pritchard in a point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Pass to Shireman. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Craig, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Sacramento ball.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Sacramento. Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency.
Just 5 to shoot. The three from Davis. Kept alive. Miles kicks to Valanciunas. Carter outside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Celtics foul. Sacramento. First personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Davis. There's the three. Knocks down the three ball. Davis has got the lead up to 6 now for the Kings.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Craig with a screen on Monk. And here is Craig, covered by Lyons. Pritchard passes to Craig. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the middle. 13 feet away. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Alice position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Pass to Valanciunas from beyond the arc. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. And now it's a 9-point Kings lead.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Here's Pritchard. Nothing on the board. Pass to Shireman. They need this. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Sacramento leading by 9. Outside, Davis. And you hear, Richard, about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but that iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high flying and rim wrecking, and it's worth it.
Here's Shireman. Craig with it, picked up by Davis. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And it's the Kings with the ball, following the bucket by the Celtics. Monk. It's a big high bouncing goes in.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Horford with a screen on Monk. To the paint. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Al Horford.
And inside the paint really is where Horford goes to work. Still athletic enough and really makes it look easy.
Now here's Valanciunas. Valanciunas sets a screen for Monk. Offensive rebound. Out to Carter. From past the arc. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Hauser. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Sam Hauser.
And he can't hit the second.
It's not often you see him fail to deliver at the line like this.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Shot's good by Lyles.
He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition 3. But if he'd missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
Here's Pritchard, defended by Carter. Pritchard passes to Horford. Here's Shireman. His three-pointers off the mark. On for 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the first half. Kings ahead, ending the second quarter with a 13-4 run. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
On the court right now for the Kings, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's Sabonis in at the center, filling out the middle. And here is Ellis, following the 3 from Drew Holiday. Outside for Murray. He's looking for Ellis and finds him. Outside DeRozan. LaVine a screen on Brown. Here's DeRozan. Beats the shot clock but can't get it to fall. Celtics trail by 7. Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
Here's LaVine, following the basket by Derek White. On the wing, Ellis, guarded by Holiday. Oh, good on the 3. Ellis has gone 1 of 4 from the field. And Holiday kicks to White. Tatum setting the pick for White from deep. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
All the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead.
Here's Tatum. Whoa, look out! Look out!
Okay, I see you.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. D.A., we thank you for that. And a deep three from Murray. Rebounded by the Celtics. Outside, White. Sabonis with the steal. Levine against White. Launches it. And it's Levine that time on the assist by Ellis. Levine's got 9.
How about the confidence that Levine has? Feels like he can take these shots whenever he wants.
Tatum passes to Brown. It's stolen by DeRozan. On the wing, Ellis. Three-pointer. Rebound, Boston. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Now that's his dribble drive. That's one of DeMar DeRozan's superpowers.
Outside Tatum. Out to Porzingis. It's to Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Outside Tatum. Tatum from 3.
An accurate shooter from distance. Tatum's teammates want him to keep looking to pull the trigger.
For 3, Levine. Good on the triple. Levine's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for Sacramento.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Brown. Holiday looking over the floor. Tatum with the screen on Ellis. Here's Holiday, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
You want to be an NBA point? Take notes on Holiday running that pick and roll. Sometimes taking it yourself is the best option.
Outside, Sabonis. DeRozan against Brown. DeRozan passes to Murray. Wide open look. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Despite his relatively quiet night, they are still winning. And that just shows this team is more than just about one guy.
And so it's Sacramento in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Carter sets the pick for Davis. And Shireman pulls it down. Celtics trail by 8. Hauser the pass to Horford. Here's Hauser. This one for 3. It's good from long range.
And the unselfishness there by Horford. You know, he sees a better opportunity and finds his teammate.
Carter kicks to Monk. Lets the 3 fly. Boston grabs the miss. Horford with it. Now Valanciunas defending to the inside. Craig. And finished off by Craig.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Hauser the pass to Craig. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Craig with a screen on Clark. Pass to Shireman. Inside. Out that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to 1 in the bucket from Craig.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
And here's Davis for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Sacramento ball.
Sacramento leading by 4. Carter with it. The 3. Al Horford with the rebound. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Pritchard passes to Hauser. Out to the right wing. Here's Shireman. Lays it up off the glass.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Davis, the pass to Valanciunas. Monk outside. Sacramento moving it around. And here's Davis for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Davis has got 6 here in this quarter.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. So Boston ends up going with the new group. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Joe Mazzulla was going over with his team. Now, he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys?
Thank you, David. And so Levine will bring it up now for Sacramento. They've led by as much as 10. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Tatum. On the wing, Holiday. From the arc. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
On the wing, Levine. Sabonis sets the big for Levine. Kicks it out to Ellis. For 3, Murray. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis.
And you like Murray as a spot-up shooter. Knows where to park himself and always ready to receive the pass.
Pass to White. Lets it go from deep. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Absolutely essential that they come right back and answer with that 3 of their own. And this gets the crowd energized.
Sabonis' screen on White. Levine kicks to Ellis. From outside the arc, another 3 for Sacramento.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside Holiday. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Over in the corner, Brown. Porzingis kicks to White. The deep 3 from Levine. Misses. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. All right, David, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake.
matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
So here's Portland's starting group. Matisse Thybulle out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Klingon. Then it's Denny Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the 3. Tatum can't hit. And it's Simons with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Avdia outside. From the arc. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Here's Holiday. Over to the wing. Here's Hauser. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
Here's Klingon. Defended by Porzingis. Avdia outside. Fires the 3. On target from range.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Avdia's gone 1 for 2 from deep. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
Porzingis finds Brown. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. Hauser passes to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Even after that serious knee injury, Porzingis with the spring to flush it.
And here's Simons outside. Hauser grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
It's Brown on the wing. Porzingis sets a screen. Pass to Hauser. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. The shot by Holiday, no good. Simons against Holiday. Here's Kamare. And he throws it down with one hand.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. Here's Hauser from deep. And here's Holiday. He's covered by Simons. Fires from deep. Buries it from 3. Hauser's got 6 points.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Avdia, good.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul. 1:53 left in the first. Porzingis finds Tatum. And it's Portland with a rebound.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Thybulle with it, picked up by Tatum. Holiday against Simons. Over Holiday. That one's good. This game is all even.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Pass to Avdia. Takes the 3. Here's Klingon. Outside Thybulle. 6 to shoot. Up top, Avdia. Shoots over Tatum. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Outside Holiday. Thibault with a steal. Now Simons. Good if it goes. No good. Would have counted had it gone. Tie game in Boston. Stay with us now as we get... Man, some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
They've got Torrey Craig. He's out there with Al Horford. And it's Pritchard in at the point. That's the Boston 5. And that one's good.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Three-pointer Sharp. Another three for Portland.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Here's Shireman. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Hauser. Let's go with a 3. And Aiden pulls it down. Horford with a steal. Outside Craig. Oh, rejected by Ayton.
Yeah, Ayton has all the physical gifts of a great shot blocker. Size, length, and agility.
Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Now here's Brown. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Shot clock at 6. Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Here's Shireman. Pass to Craig. Out to Horford. Outside, Brown. And they get it back.
Well, this is what Brown was looking for. He just needed the ball, and then instantly his shot was up.
Henderson outside. Here's Benton. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Brown. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible. Yeah, we know Brown loves some aerial theatrics, and he really went all out there.
Pass to Benton. Ayton with a screen. There's the 3. They get it back. Outside for Grant. From outside the arc. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
And the corner pocket was open, and Grant took advantage.
Celtics trail by 3. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And the Celtics making a change here. White's checked in. Here's Shireman. No points so far. Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Grant the screen. Henderson, the pass to Benton. No good with the triple.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And the basket by Shireman.
And the defense had no chance trying to stop him there. Just punishing them on the break.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Grant's got 9.
No hesitation from Grant. He's not bashful shooting off the catch when given the chance.
Pass to Shireman. Craig with a screen on Sharp. White for 3. Craig passes to White. Here's Shireman. Just 5 to shoot. To the wing on the left. Tries again. Out of bounds. It'll be Trailblazers ball. Here's Henderson. 1:06 left to play in the second quarter. Grant against Craig. Takes a turnaround, Jay. Shireman grabs the board.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
White on the wing, guarded by Sharp. Oh, how about White from the next time zone?
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
White, the pass to Pritchard. Craig up top. And it's Jeremy Grant with a foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
There's 21 seconds left in the first half of this game. White for three. Pass to Pritchard. White with it. 5 on the clock. Craig with a screen on Sharp. White. It's been all about Jeremy Grant for Portland, hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. We'll be back in a moment. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. One of the stories here, Jeremy Grant. Man, is he getting it done today.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Checking out the group for Chauncey Billups to start the second half. Denny Avdia out there with Klingon. Then it's Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Kamare in at the small forward position.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the three.
Tatum passes to Holiday. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
Now here's Avdia. He has 6. There's Simons with a 3. Boston pulls it in.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Now the Blazers on the move. Here's Kamare. Pass to Avdia. There's the triple. He buries it from 3. Avdia's got 9 points. Celtics trail by 6. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Klingon's got 4 rebounds now. On the wing, Simons. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Kamare, defended by Brown. Second chance effort. Kamare, that's good. And now an 8-point Portland lead.
Well, it's almost impossible to stop that turnaround, Jay. That's a shot he worked on endlessly in the offseason.
Well, Stanley was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always fought like a head coach.
Tatum, good.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Simons outside. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. 6 on the shot clock. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Klingon's shot is off. Celtics trail by 6. Here's Porzingis. Pass to Tatum. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. He has 7.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Avdia from outside. Hauser grabs the board. For Boston, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. The offensive rebound. And here's Brown for 3. And Tatum fires one home.
Oh, the long arms of Tatum. Man, do they come in handy on the glass.
Avdia from outside. The 3. Kept alive. Pass to Thibault. This one for 3. Boston with a rebound. And another fast break from Boston. The Celtics are running. Here's Hauser. For the lead. Sinks it from distance. Hauser's got 9.
Well, you know what's going to happen when he gets a good look. The defense has got to run him off the line.
Avdia screen on Holiday. Again, the miss by Portland. Poke loose. Simons with a steal. 55 seconds left in the third quarter to end the drought. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside, Brown. Outside Tatum. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Avdia's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with a new group. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Graham. The 3 ball. Pure from 3-point range. He's got 12.
Fantastic decision making. Ayton electing to move it for the high percentage look.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Here's Hauser. Brown scanning the floor. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, got a piece of it. 3-pointer sharp. And that's not going to go. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He tried to loosen the tension a little, asking his guys, are we having fun? I know I am. Just relax out there and follow the game plan. We've got this.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. The 2 J's, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Then there's Drew Holiday. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Hauser in at the 2. That's the Boston 5. Now here's Holiday. Pass to Hauser. On the wing, Tatum. 5 to shoot. Now Porzingis, and they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Portland leading. Now here's Simons. Outside Thibault. 4-3. He drops it from range.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Porzingis passes to Holiday. Porzingis sets a screen. Tatum with it. Clock at 6. The 3 is up. Over to the left wing. Here's Hauser. The three. Drops in the three.
But just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
The drive by Tatum. That shot, no good. Nice D from Avdia. Simons outside. Avdia, screen on Holiday. Grant outside. Here's the three. Holiday grabs the miss.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
They set a pick, and he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. The Trailblazers have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Pass to Grant. The three is up. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Holiday taking his time here to tie it up, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
You know, one thing you got to love about Jrue Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
Klingon, he's checked in for Portland. Henderson comes in for Simons. And so Henderson will bring it up for the Trailblazers. They lead by 1. And here's Grant from the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Three-pointer, Holiday. Again, the miss by Boston. Trailblazers lead by 4. Here's Henderson. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Henderson's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, even though he's 6'2", Henderson is best attacking on the interior.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Matisse Thybulle. That's foul number 2 for him. Holiday against Henderson. Pass to Shireman. Tatum a screen on Thybulle. 6 to shoot. Here's Shireman. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments. Well, he's shooting a high percentage, but not taking enough shots, in my opinion. He needs to be more aggressive on offense.
And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
Having added so much strength, Tatum can take the contact and stay balanced.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Yeah, the other thing they're doing is absolutely scorching the net. Red hot from outside all game long.
Celtics trail by 4. Here's Porzingis. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, my. Huge play from Porzingis. A testament to the competitiveness that he plays with.
Henderson, the pass to Avdia. Oh, the trifecta!
They're really employing a deep-range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
Holiday hits them both.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
The Trailblazers have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Grant against Tatum. Pass to Thybulle. To the paint. Grant outside. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Portland.
The heat is on, but Grant keeps his composure. He doesn't let the situation affect the quality of his shot.
Here's Tatum. Yes!
And this This guy is made for these moments. Tatum, the big-time shot.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
They get it again. Avdia passes to Thibault. And here's Grant from the arc. Connects from downtown. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
High-effort plays tend to pay off for Grant on offense. He knows how to work his way to a shot.
Henderson for 3. The putback. So the Trailblazers winning. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down.
Basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do. One thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. We've got Matisse Thybulle. Klingen is out there with Denny Avdia. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Kamare in at the 3 slot. Ellis can't get it to go.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Ellis against Simons. Here's Kamare. Offline with his 3. Murray with it. All guarded by Murray. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Thybulle on the wing. Here's Klingen. Buries the long-range jumper.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary. Even more difficult to defend.
No question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
Avdia against Murray. Avdia, the pass to Simons. And a miss there on the triple. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. And the wide open shot from Crowder. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist.
Looks like Crowder feels like the green light is all his on that shot.
Between rebounding, interior scoring, and he shoots the 3. Brett, there's a lot to like about Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, Valanciunas has done a really good job of growing his game, Kevin, in today's game. I mean, the modern NBA to have shooting bigs. JV has stepped out and proves that he can hit shots from the top of the key, but it's still that grinding, tough, physical play that you want on a nightly basis, and he gives it to you.
And the rejection by Valanciunas.
How about that 7'6" wingspan of Valanciunas? That helps him erase the shot.
Levine inside the three-point line. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. Confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. Simons kicks to Avdia. Thybulle for 3. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Klingen with the steal. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Pass to Kamare. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in this game. Crowder from outside. They get the rebound. And Levine puts up a deep 3. Murray outside. Levine looking around. 5 on the clock. For the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Klingen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Simons with the ball. Picked up by Ellis. Here's Avdia. Portland again missing. For Sacramento, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. And a wide open look here for Ellis. Drills the three-pointer. Ellis has got 6.
And Jay Crowder moving it to the open man.
Three-pointer, Simons. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And stolen by Thibault. Here's Avdia. Pass to Kamare. Now Klingon. Avdia finds Simons. Puts up a deep three. He got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. A good close contest so far as we finish the first. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for the Kings guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Hey, Brent, what's one area where we really see these Portland Trail Blazers excelling?
Well, they're great on the offensive glass. They have presence on the inside. They have a ton of focus on just collecting rebounds. So great at retrieving those misses.
On the court for the Trailblazers, the guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Walker out there with Grant, and it's Ayton in at the center position. Carter against Henderson. From deep, Walker connects from three-point range. Walker's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers. Davis, the pass to Carter. Davis setting the pick for Carter. Here's the three. The rebound by Sharp.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And that one's good by Henderson.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Sacramento Kings. And Davis wide open. He shoots. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Henderson, no good. For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Davis fires. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Monk against Sharp. Off target from three-point range. Portland's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Henderson kicks to Grant. They get it again. They kick out to Walker. Sharp against Davis. Shot clock at 5. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Kings leading. We know, Brett, there are many roads that lead to the modern NBA. And Shaedon Sharp took his own unique path.
Yeah, Kevin, you could say that again. I mean, he was on the Kentucky campus as a player, but never participated in a collegiate game. And then all of a sudden finding himself at the top end of the NBA draft without ever playing a college game.
Here's Ayton. And he recovers it. Oh, and he almost had it. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
Shooting for Portland, DeAndre Ayton after the 3 seconds is overturned. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Grant with the ball. Picked up by Davis. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Sharp's got himself on the board with 3 there. Carter looking around. At the top of the key, Sabonis. Sabonis' screen on Grant. And Davis can't get it to go. Portland leading, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Sharp. Portland moving the ball around. Ayton sets the pick for Walker. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the three.
Outside, Davis. Carter outside. A three ball. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
Davis against Grant. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And now Sacramento on the break. Lyles no good. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Up top, Henderson. Monk defending. Here's Ayton. Sacramento grabs the miss. Sabonis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside for Davis. Misses the three. Henderson, no one around. Count it! He caught it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient, wait for the opportunity.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shots. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shots.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Scoot Henderson. What a contribution.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Keegan Murray. Then it's Ellis. Then it's Jay Crowder. And it's Levine in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
He's so agile at that wing position. The defense has to keep an eye on where Murray is in transition.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Well, Brent, last season was disappointing for the Kings after being eliminated in the play-in.
Yeah, a little bit of regression. They did have some key injuries to some guys in the stretch of the season that was vital for them to make the playoff push. But I think it helped them realize just how fun the playoffs are and just how hard it is to get back there. And maybe in this offseason they come back a little bit more focused, knowing how loaded the Western Conference is.
Now, here's Thibault. He's guarded by Ellis. Here's Kamara. Rejected by Crowder.
That's just good defense as Crowder in the right spot.
Murray from deep three-point territory. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Murray's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Ellis can't get it to go.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
Simons, the pass to Thibault. Avdia, a screen on Murray. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Puts up a 3, and the basket by Kamara. Kamara's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And the call will be against Anthony Simons. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings.
Substituting on the court.
Little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Carter kicks to Monk. Lyles hits a screen for Monk. Pass to Lyles. 5 to shoot. The Kings need to get off a shot here. He was all alone on that one. And the Kings lead by 1. The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the off-season in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
Lyles, no good. Portland has gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Trent kicks to Walker. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Henderson dishes to Ayton. And he makes that one. Ayton's got his first points of the game.
He's a pretty high percentage shooter from there. Ayton's size and touch, it's a pretty tough combo to go against.
Monk against Sharp. Tipped away and stolen by Sharp. Grant gets a wide open look. Nailed from three-point land. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Sacramento Kings. Launches it from deep. The shot by Monk is no good. The Trailblazers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Lets it go. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Out to Henderson. Grant with a screen on Carter. Walker on the foul. Walker's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Monk, no one around him. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Trying his luck from deep. Hands it from downtown. Ayton's got 5 points so far.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And so it's the Portland Trail. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the floor for Portland, the guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Walker out there with Ayton. And it's Grant in at the 3, the small forward. On for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Grant with the ball. Picked up by Davis. They grab their own miss. Out to Henderson. Outside, Walker. Clock at 6. And it's Grant in the corner. No good from outside.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Lyles passes to Monk. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Stolen by Carter. Pass to Lyles. Over Walker. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Lyles.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Sabonis. Crowder comes in for Terrence Davis. Levine's checked in for Monk. And it's Ellis in for Carter. Avdia, a screen on Ellis. 3-pointer, Simon. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got rebound number 13 with that last one. Crowder kicks to Levine. Down low, it's deflected. Stolen by Avdia. Levine against Simon. Here's Klingon. And the three off target. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. The kick out to Crowder. Pass to Wiles. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Murray's checked in for Trey Lyles. 6 to shoot. Levine inside the three-point line. And now Avdia pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And Simon's wide open. He'll fire. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
And stolen by Thibault. Simons against Ellis. Simons surveying the D.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
The Kings trail by 3. Poke loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Portland's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Pass to Klingon. Launches a 3. Rebound by Murray. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Sacramento. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
And Crowder out there for the big-time bucket.
Here's Kamare. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Sacramento's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Crowder from outside. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Just get yourself into the right spot, and Crowder waits for that one to knock it down.
And it's Avdia off the drive. Thibault kicks to Avdia. Here's Kamara. Defended by Crowder. And it's Simons missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Simons against Levine. Outside Crowder. Just 5 on the clock. Crowder the screen. Here's Valanciunas. Oh, good with the triple. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
Simons gets to Thibault. Fires from deep. Yes!
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
You're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
It's good from beyond the arc.
And how about the poise from the rookie, Klingon with a crucial basket.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Hey, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws. And he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Any ideas on strategy? Being discussed right now in that huddle.
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested 3. Never an easy shot.
And so it's Sacramento who scraped by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball.
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm taking on a new summer.
should see some great ball movement from these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the point. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
How about Porzingis? You can play him as the roll man, or in this instance, use him as the ball handler. How hard is that to deal with?
From the wing. Shot by Levine, no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Outside, Brown. Back to White. Pass to Brown. Outside Tatum. Outside Holiday. 4 on the clock. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Tatum can't hit.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And, of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
NBA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness. Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted, and Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
Tatum with a screen. Here's Holiday, and Holiday powers it home.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Outside Tatum. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by, Porzingis passes to Holiday. Outside Tatum. Drops in the layup for 2.
Yeah, in the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
Inside, Brown with the steal. Pass to White. Outside, Brown. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Porzingis with a screen on Levine. The kick to Tatum. Launches a 3. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
You have got to be in Tatum's space. This guy is such a terrific range shooter.
Looking to end the run. Levine passes to Valanciunas. Boston pulls it in. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
Back to Tatum. Outside, Brown. White against Murray. Tatum a screen on Murray. To the inside. Levine with a steal. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. They kick it out to Murray. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, yeah, I was able to talk with Sacramento's head coach. We talked about some of the challenges that they'll face tonight, not the least of which is defending Jason Tatum. He said the guy plays with so much confidence. He's a great scorer from all 3 levels. He can go for 40, 50, 60 in a night. We just have to try and make someone else beat us.
And Allie, thanks. Kings trail by 5. Crowder a screen on White. Levine passes to Ellis. And they call an illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now here's Tatum. 5 points in the game. Pass to Porzingis. Outside Holiday.
Sacramento foul. Ellis. First personal foul. First team foul.
36 seconds left now in the first quarter. Porzingis with a screen on Murray. Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
And here's Crowder from the arc. Another three for Sacramento.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Pass to Porzingis. Tatum with a screen. Here's Brown. Outside White. Launches it. Hits the trifecta.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And that's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And Levine throws it down.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah. I don't have memories like that at my age, though. And that does it for the first quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Craig with a screen on Carter. Here's Hauser. No good on the 3. Kings trail by 5. DeRozan for 3. They get it back. Outside for Davis. Plenty of room to knock down that one. Davis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
What a read from Domantas Sabonis. This guy's passing ability and vision is special.
Here's Shireman. Check by Davis. Driving to the basket to the left wing. Here's Pritchard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for the Sacramento Kings. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Lets it go from deep. Kicks it to DeRozan. Takes a 3. Horford pulls it in. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Greg.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
The Celtics with the lead. Pass to Pritchard. Horford, a screen on Carter. Here's Shireman. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. That'll belong to Domantas Sabonis. Boston shooting their first free throw in this game. And we've seen the league ramp up the series model where teams play each other in the same arena twice in a row. What do you think, Doris?
DA, I absolutely love this. And more importantly, the coaches seem to engage highly in it because they feel to a certain degree it brings you a level of almost playoff-like repetition.
And the three-pointer goes. Lyles has got his first 3 points of the game.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Here's Hauser, defended by DeRozan. Back to Pritchard, to the wing, right side. Craig with a screen on Davis. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on Terrence Davis.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Grant the Kings, one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, B.A. They have some great role players, too. Part of of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
For Boston, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Here's Pritchard. He's checked by Carter. Horford, a screen on Davis. Pass to Craig. Here's Pritchard. He's scoreless. Here's Shireman. Off target with the 3. The Kings have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. DeRozan outside. Outside Davis from behind the arc. Rebound Boston. Here's Shireman. Horford outside. Pass to Pritchard. Out to Craig. Right wing. Craig with a screen. Hauser passes to Craig. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Kings trailing. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Sabonis outside. Gets the 3 to fall.
Don't sleep on the big man now. Domantas Sabonis can be effective in catch and shoot.
Outside Craig. Out to the right wing. He got it up. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Kings on top, up by 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
We've got Zach LaVine, Murray out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Jay Crowder, and it's Ellis in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Shot is up. Again, the Kings score. Celtics trail by 4. Brown with it. No points yet. The floater. They grab their own miss. Holiday finds White. Tatum a screen on LaVine. 6 on the shot clock. White can't hit.
Well, nice job crashing the glass. You'd love to see that kind of effort.
Doris, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top on-ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get in the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all.
Porzingis with a screen on LaVine. Here's White. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Don't sleep on the athleticism of Derek White. How fast did he get off his feet to punch that one home?
Here's LaVine for 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Brown passes to Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Now Tatum. Ellis with a rebound.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And stolen by Holiday. And there's the whistle. And I think that was a clear path foul there. Yep, the offense will get one shot at the line and retain possession.
You know, one thing you got to love about Drew Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Tatum passes to Brown. Porzingis with a screen on Crowder. Brown inside. He's against Crowder. Tatum from long range. Again, the miss by Boston. The Kings lead by 6. Levine feeling it out a bit. Offensive rebound, Kings. Pass to Ellis from downtown. And here's Valanciunas. He tries for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Celtics. And the Kings have held tough. But it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Greg.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
How about the strength on the finish? Jaylen Brown showing real muscle.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Three-pointer, Holiday drains the triple. Holiday's got 9 points.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
And here's Crowder from the arc. Offensive board. Valanciunas passes to Levine. Here's Murray. Outside for Levine. For 3. How about Levine showing off the range?
Levine's form is pure. That three-point shot is pretty.
Outside Holiday. Here's Brown. Plenty of space. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got 8 rebounds in the game. Valanciunas with a screen on White. Levine passes to Ellis. Shot clock at 6. Late clock here. The Kings need to get one up. Fades and shoots. Rebounded by the Celtics.
I'm sure if he had the chance to do that possession over again, he would not have taken the shot.
Holiday finds Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Levine against Tatum. Brown, a screen on Levine. Here's Tatum. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Jason Tatum continues to emerge, guys, as one of the most elite players on both ends. We know on the offensive end he's a dangerous 3-level scorer. He's also capable of locking you up defensively.
And it's a completely new group for the Kings. Lyles a screen. There's Davis with the 3. Sinks the tray. 6 points for him.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide-open look, but he can't take advantage.
They get the rebound. Lyles. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket. Lyles has got 5 now.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Zach LaVine, he's been the guy making things happen for Sacramento. He dropped 3 threes. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. 0 chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. It's Tatum at the 4 with Horford at the 5. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Shireman in at the 2 spot. The Kings lead by 6. Outside Carter. Puts up a three. Tatum pulls it in. And the Celtics shooting an average of 43% from the floor. And a nice finish on the layup.
Well, Jason Tatum has proven he can score at the NBA level, but you want to see him share the basketball pretty fast.
Carter inside. Davis from long range. Shireman grabs the board. Celtics trail by 4. Pass to Tatum. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Shireman. Tatum with a screen. Clock at 4. Here's the teardrop, and he lays it in.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Outside Davis. Here's Lyles. Pounded by Tatum. Back to Lyles. Lets the three fly. Fires in the triple. And the Kings lead by 5.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Here's Pritchard. He's checked by Carter. Horford. The kick to Tatum. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Sabonis.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Lyles, the pass to Davis. Back to Lyles. Outside Davis. Goes up on the wing. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. And it's a 7-point Kings lead. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And the Kings going with a whole new group out there. A big group substitution here for Boston. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. They were encouraging their team to run, look for breaks. Coach wants to see them getting into transition more. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you for that, Allie.
Well, Jason Tatum in a big moment. He is unafraid.
Murray, a screen on White. Crowder outside. Three-pointer. Pass to Ellis. Jacks up a three. Knocks down the long J.
Well, you love to see the intelligent basketball being played by Valanciunas, not just thinking about his own offense, but creating for his guys.
Outside Porzingis. 1:46 left in the fourth. Brown against Murray. Here's Holiday. Rebound by Sacramento. Valanciunas has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Levine. Out to the right wing. Beyond the arc. Another three for Sacramento.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And the basket by Holiday.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Here's Ellis. He's covered by Holiday. 59 seconds left to play in the fourth. Outside Levine. Puts up a three. Hits a three-pointer. And the Kings lead by 12.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Kings.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Zach LaVine.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by the Celtics. White for three. Valanciunas with a rebound. Levine way outside. Can't connect from long distance. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
Everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is the NBA. Anything can happen, and even lower-ranked teams are elite. We could still have a real contest on our hands tonight.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, patrolling the paint. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Simons from outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Chauncey Billups and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We noted how much extra film they're watching heading into this. And one guy that jumped out at them was Kristaps Porzingis. He said scoring over that guy is a challenge. It's not just the size, it's how well he positions himself. And he's a patient shot blocker. He waits for you to make your move. We'll see how they approach it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. So it's Boston now. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Brown wide open. He fires. Hits the three-point bomb.
Love the response by Brown, marching right back down and dropping in his own three.
RJ, we've seen multiple all-star games for Jaylen Brown. Can he become a superstar?
Well, to me, if you've got a finals MVP in your back pocket on your resume, you are now a superstar, and Jaylen Brown is that.
Simons on the wing. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Again, Simons missing. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
Pass to Avdia. Thibault kicks to Avdia. There's a screen. From downtown, here's Williams. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Brown outside. Avdia with the rebound.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Here's Kamara. A three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 4. Outside, White. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Pass to Holiday. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. 5 on the clock. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
No second thoughts from Tatum. Just look, he's ready.
Simons on the wing, guarded by Holiday. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Tries to keep it alive.
Good anticipation defensively. See the pass coming and manages to snatch it. Run it.
He's an explosive, athletic guard, and I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Stolen by Holiday. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And it's off from three-point range. Portland has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Simons from outside. Rebounded by the Celtics. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Holiday, the pass to White. Back to Holiday. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. Out to White. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. It's picked off. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Portland shooting their first free throw of the game here. Portland trailing here. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. White, wide open, he fires. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
And it's Williams throwing it down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Over in the corner, Brown. Here's Tatum. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. Nobody jinx him.
He knocks it down, but wait.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
They are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one, and so a good time to go to the replay and just to make.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Celtics lead by 2 from Portland. We're back in a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities. And
oh my!
Yes.
Okay, that's just insane.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Craig from outside off the mark. And so Henderson will bring it up for Portland. Three-pointer. Banton's shot is off. And so it's Boston with it. Here's Shireman. Pass to Craig. Craig sets a screen. Pritchard passes to Hauser. Shot clock at 5. Boston needs to get off a shot. Beyond the arc. Shireman can hit. The Trailblazers shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And it's Ayton missing.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Shireman can hit. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Banton. Knocked loose. Inside. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to Craig. To the wing on the left. Craig, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Hauser the pass to Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Craig. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And a wide open look for Walker. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Celtics have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Pass to Shireman. Here's Hauser. Over Grant. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Celtics lead by 2. Portland has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on Delano Banton. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Here's Hauser. He's covered by Grant. Over to the left wing. Pass to Craig for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Now it's a 5-point Celtic lead.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Grant outside. Fast break, here they come. Here's Shireman. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Banton. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Banton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, driving inside. Here's Hauser. He's covered by Grant. Hauser the pass to Horford. Some solid defense from Ayton.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Henderson outside. And another turnover here by Portland.
Boston ball.
The Celtics have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Pritchard. No scoring in this one. Here's Hauser. The rebound by Grant.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
So they take the lead. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw defenders, which often leaves someone open.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Pritchard. Just 5 to shoot. The shot from the low post is good.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
The drive by Henderson. Grant for 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Celtics out in front, up by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. On the court right now for the Celtics. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. Outside, Porzingis. Driving the lane, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the content. Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
And at 7'3", Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And Brown over to help. Here's Kamare. And the 3 ball is good. Kamare's got 6.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
It's White on the wing. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Brown. Pass to White. 5 to shoot. Fires from way outside. It's hauled in by Thibault.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Holiday. Takes it inside, and Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Pass to Simons. And it's Thibault in the corner. And it's off from 3-point range. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Holiday, no one around him. Trains the 3-pointer. And now it's a 3-point Boston lead.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J. And at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
Avdia kicks to Thibault. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Thibault's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. White the pass to Holiday. Back to White. And he drives in. Makes it off the glass. 5 points in the game.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Pass to Kamare. Now, here's Thibault. White covering. Thibault can't get it to go. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Grant for 3. Traps in the tray. Grant's got his first 3 points of the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Henderson with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And Sharp has it in the corner. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Pass to Ayton. Grant with a screen on Porzingis. Here's Sharp into the lane. And then Sharp with the dunk.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
And White kicks to Tatum. Brown deciding where to go with it. Outside Tatum. Porzingis passes to Holiday. Shoots over Henderson. The kick out to Brown. Fires the three. The Trailblazers pull it in. Ayton's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Sharp. He takes it in. Outside, Walker. Pass to Grant. There's the triple. Rebounded by Tatum. Celtics trail by 3. Holiday with the 3. Walker with the rebound. Sharp on the wing. Off target with his 3. Brown outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Portland leading by 3. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Grant is out there with Jabari Walker. And it's Ayton in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Boston shooting around 41% on the night. Pass to Shireman. He's looking for Horford and finds him. Here's Shireman. Stolen by Grant. And Grant with the clear path to the hoop. Lets it go with the 3. They get it back. In the corner, Henderson with it. Nails the corner 3. Henderson's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Trailblazers. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Portland.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Fires for 3. And another 3 for Portland.
What are you doing? You can't give a player like him that much space. Come on now.
Here's Shireman, defended by Sharp. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Kicks it out to Grant. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Here's Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Now Holiday. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
First personal foul.
Trailblazers leading by 8. And here's Avdia. And a slam by Williams.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Tatum on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Tatum's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Thibault for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Thibault's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain. He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
White the pass to Porzingis, and it's Portland with the rebound. And here are the Blazers. They're on a 12-4 run.
2 minutes.
Pass to Kamare.
2 minutes.
And the wide open shot from Avdia. And the Trailblazers another three.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Avdia on the wing. Simons from outside. They get it back. And it's Thibault in the corner. Back to Simons. Shot clock at 5. The three. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Trailblazers leading by 14. Avdia with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Offensive rebound. Pass to Kamare. Here's Avdia. Offline with his three. Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Trailblazers.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Anthony Simons.
I think people could learn a lot from how versatile he was in this one. Whatever the situation was, he found a way to be a difference maker.
Pass to Thibault. And stolen by White. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And Brown throws it down hard.
And great to see Porzingis share the ball. A great decision from the Latvian.
Avdia buries it from three-point range. And here is Tatum. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A confident win and one.
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the field. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer.
And it's the Kings to start out. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Jay Crowder is out there with Keegan Murray. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ellis in at the 1. Crowder, that's good.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a three-point game. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon. Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Chauncey Billups. Keegan Murray came up during our conversation, and he remarked Murray is just a classic wing. He has length, he can shoot it, he defends well. I really like his game, and I told our team to pay extra attention to him on both ends. High praise for Murray.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Now here's LaVine, down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ellis. Three-pointer, no good. Here's Kamari. He's covered by LaVine. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Simons outside. Ayton with a screen. Again, the miss by Portland.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball.
Portland ball.
The Trailblazers have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Avdia from outside. Counted from distance.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Murray against Avdia. The 3. Murray, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Now Simons. Pass to Ayton. Ayton, a screen on Murray. Kamari. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. The Kings have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. LaVine feeling it out a bit. Back to Murray. Avdia with a steal. Outside Thibault. Ayton with a screen. He nails it, and we're tied.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
LaVine against Thibault. LaVine passes to Valanciunas.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Clock at 6. And here's Crowder from the arc. Portland with a rebound. Pass to Thibault. Simons outside. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
Good on the second one. And he makes all 3.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Thibault against LaVine. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. To halt the run. And Ayton pulls it down. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Team foul.
Portland leading by 4. from downtown. Misses again, now 0 for 3. Sacramento has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. Valanciunas passes to Ellis. Back to Valanciunas. Pass to Levine. 6 to shoot. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
And just phenomenal at reading defenses. Levine understands when to shoot and when to pass in pick and rolls.
Simons passes to Avdia. Again, the miss by Portland. The Kings have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. From the arc. And it's Zach LaVine with the 3. LaVine's got 8.
And with how well LaVine attacks the bucket, defensively, you almost have to give him space to shoot threes.
Avdia passes to Simons. Here's the pick. Out left to the wing. Here's Kamare. Offensive board. Avdia finds Simons. Nails it from 3. He's got 7.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Right side Murray. No good on the buzzer beater. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the... And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Portland.
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
All right, and now you want to see them sustain this relentlessness for the entire game because it's clearly paying off.
On the court for the Kings, second quarter underway. We've got Domantas Sabonis. Trey Lyles is out there with Terrence Davis. Then it's Malik Monk, and it's Carter in at the point.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team. They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Jeremy Grant averaged single digits in points the first 4 seasons of his career. But over the last 4 seasons, he's scoring over 20 a game. He said it all changed for him back in Detroit, adding, quote, "I grew as a player, being the #1 option and seeing different coverages. Now I'm reaping the benefits," unquote. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks. And here's Grant from the arc. It's rebounded by Sabonis. And here's Sabonis. He'll bring it up for the Kings. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Davis can't hit. Portland trailing here. Grant outside. Jacks up a 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Outside Monk. Out to the wing. Here's Lyles. The three-pointer off the mark. The Trailblazers have gone 0 for 4 in the second quarter. Henderson with it. Now Carter defending. For 3, Klingon. Outside for Grant. Pass to Klingon. Portland, no good that time either. Sacramento has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Sabonis looking over the floor. Takes a 3. Drills it from deep. Sabonis has got 6 here in the quarter. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have a guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
Now here's Carter. Still no points. And there's the foul. It'll go on Shaedon Sharpe. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And here's Sabonis outside. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed.
For 3.
Sabonis has got 12 points in the game. Here's Klingon. He's guarded by Sabonis. Henderson outside. Shakes him. Pass to Sharp from deep. The rebound by Carter. The Kings lead by 7. Sabonis outside. And here's Davis. Carter, a screen on Grant. There's Davis with the 3. Sharp grabs the miss. Portland's shooting just 21% from the floor. Henderson for 3. Doesn't go for him. And it's Sacramento's ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Pass to Davis. Back to Lyles. Three-pointer. 6 on the shot clock. Sabonis, the pass to Carter. Back to Sabonis. To the left side wing. Here's Lyles. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Henderson with it, and Sabonis picks him up defensively. And here's Grant from the arc. Hauled in by the Kings. 20 seconds left in the first half of this one. Monk for 3. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Here's Sharp. Here's Grant. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Grant's got 5 points in the quarter.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Carter from outside. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
They already had the momentum going to the break. Now they've got even more of it.
The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. Sacramento on top, up 11. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Domantas Sabonis has been sensational.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
We've got Abdia, Matisse Thybulle out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Kamare in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Ellis, still without a bucket. Lets it go from deep. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night. Simons outside. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Portland.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Here's Levine for 3. Portland grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And stolen by Murray. Crowder with it. Thybulle picks him up. Murray from outside. Pass to Ellis. On the wing, Levine. Sacramento again missing.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Left side, Thybulle. Abdia with it. Pulls up. The rebound by Murray. And here's Crowder from the arc. Sends it home from three-point land. Crowder's got 6 points.
Action on the break has fueled them tonight. They're winning the transition battle.
Yeah, they did a great job of controlling the pace throughout the game and keeping the defense on their heels.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now here's Simons. And it's Thibault missing. Back come the Kings in transition. Murray passes to Crowder. And there's the foul. It'll go on Matisse Thibault. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And here's Levine. Give him 8 points now. Knocks down the triple.
You got to know Levine is looking to shoot it whenever he can. I mean, his team depends on him scoring.
Over to the left wing. For three. Kamari, no good. And it's Valanciunas with the ball for the Kings. They've led by as many as 11. Shot by Levine, no good. Blazers trail by 8. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keegan Murray. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with a new group.
Substitution on the court.
Outside Walker. And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Outside for Grant. 5 on the clock. Knocks it down from distance. Grant's got 8.
Quick shooting from Grant. He gets it and takes it. It's just that easy for him sometimes.
Carter can't get it to go. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Pass to Klingon. Here's Grant. Walker, a screen on Carter. And here's Grant from the arc. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Walker. Grant outside. Walker, a screen on Carter. Grant's shot is off.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
And it's Monk off the drive. Carter from outside connects from downtown. Carter's got his second basket.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Outside for Grant. Fires for 3. Again, the miss by Grant.
Well, he is desperately trying to get something going, but this has not been his night. They need to consider making an adjustment.
Carter on the wing. Pass to Lyles. Takes the 3. Grant with a steal. On the wing, Grant. Here's Benton. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Oh, talk about a timely 3.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Kings on top. They're up by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Sacramento, Domantas Sabonis out there with Trey Lyles. Then there's Davis, then it's Malik Monk, and it's Carter in at the point. The Kings lead by 5. Carter from outside. Walker pulls down the board. Pass to Grant. Here's the 3. Rebounded, Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Lyles a screen. Outside for Davis. From outside the arc. Nails it from 3. Davis has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's Benton. Off the mark there with a 3. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. There's Davis with the three. The shot is good on the assist by Sabonis.
3 points.
And now it's an 11-point Sacramento lead. Pass to Graham. Lets the three fly. Again, the miss by Portland.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Lyles a screen. Carter from outside. Portland with a rebound. To the middle. Here's Walker. And the jam by Walker.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Carter can't get it to go. Blazers trail by 9. Pass to Klingon. Here's Benton. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
So Portland ends up going with a new group. Levine against Thibault. Valanciunas with a screen on Thibault. 4-3. Levine can't hit.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Here's Simons outside, and the three-pointer goes.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Pass to Ellis. Now here's Crowder. Just 5 to shoot.
2 minutes.
The free ball. He drops it from range.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Avdia from outside. Zach LaVine clears it away. Sacramento leading by 9. Launches a three. Ellis good.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Avdia from outside. It's rebounded by Levine.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
The ball's knocked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Avdia from outside. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got 5 rebounds tonight. And there's the foul. It'll go on Matisse Thybulle. That's foul number 2 for him. For Sacramento, they've gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Kings.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Domantas Sabonis.
Terrific initiative. Not content to let the game come to him, he went out and made it his own.
This one for 3. Rebound by Sacramento. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Valanciunas sets a screen. Murray, no good. And you never want to say never, but in this case...
Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if divine intervention could turn this around.
And it's Simons missing. Levine with it. Avdia pulls it in. Oh, it's blocked by Valanciunas. And so it's Sacramento with the W. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.